All right, how y'all feeling tonight? All right, that's good, that's good. You mind if I tell y'all a quick story real quick before I start? All right, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So, this is Bob and this is Joe. Bob and Joe here have been really good friends for about half their lives, let's say around 15 years, and they have a really, really strong bond. So one day, they decided to go play some soccer, enjoy the weather, simple things like that. So, Bob scores a goal. Good job, Bob. Joe thinks it doesn't count because he thinks he's offsides or however soccer works. I don't know how that thing works. So they get into a really, really heated argument, and it gets so heated that that really strong bond that they had almost rips like nothing, like a wet piece of paper, like a wet paper towel, like never even happened. So as time passes by, Bob gets really messed up because of this. He's borderline depressed, almost suicidal, and he feels really, really lonely. He misses Joe. Joe is all he had, and he's willing to do anything to get that bond back. So after a few days of self-reflecting on what happened, he decides to confront Joe. They decide to self-reflect, and after 10 minutes, boom, like nothing happened, showing how far communication can really go when there's an issue. Now let me tell you guys something you probably didn't expect. You ready for this one? I was Bob. I'm gonna be real. I was Bob. I almost lost my best friend because I was scared to speak up. I went through everything Bob went through. My name is Jonathan Serrano. I'm 16 years old, and I'm training to become a psychiatrist. And today, I'm here to show you the factor that communication can play in a relationship. So first, let's get into the effects of you not wanting to speak up. First, we got disconnection. Obviously, when you don't speak to somebody, how are you gonna connect with them? You're not. So imagine talking to somebody every single day, and then magically, literally out of nowhere, you don't speak for weeks. Obviously, you guys are gonna grow distant. That bond is probably gonna get weaker, and especially if that interaction that you had last time was sour, you guys' relationship is gonna die out. Especially if you let that problem marinate for long enough, we're gonna get to my second point. Toxic traits. Now you might be thinking, Jonathan, toxic traits only show up in romantic relationships. Oh no, you're mistaken. We are humans, obviously. And we have really complex feelings. They're really unpredictable. We don't know how we're gonna wake up. One day we wake up joyous, next day we wake up like we wanna kill somebody. Let's be honest. We all woke up like that. And these toxic traits I'm talking about can include things like petty, like really big arguments over the stupidest things, like leaving the bread open. Getting gaslit. And my third point, hate and resentment. Now, if you let these two just sit there, living rent-free in your relationship, like a bad roommate, that relationship's gonna start to die, right? So then you're gonna start hating the other half of the relationship. So now look, all because you're scared to speak up, you hate the other person, you probably want them dead, let's be honest. Like if someone pisses you off that little bit, you probably want them dead. All because you were scared to speak. That beautiful relationship that you once had, that flourished like a flower on a beautiful spring day, dies like nothing. Now, I'm not here to be negative. As you can tell, I have the energy. So I'm here to help you. This is how you're gonna fix your relationship. First, you're gonna wanna practice forgiveness. Now, depending on how big or small the problem is, it will also vary in how difficult it is to forgive somebody. If it's something small, like I said, leaving the bread open, or something big, like, I don't know, something big. I can't think of any examples right now. So, depending on how big or small the problem is, will lead to how easy or hard it is to forgive somebody. Next is letting go of any grudges or resentment. Now, how are you gonna forgive somebody if you hate them? How are you gonna do that? That makes no sense. So, let go of those grudges and resentment. It's not worth it, and plus it makes things harder for you. How are you gonna forgive somebody if you hate them? It ain't gonna work. It's like making pizza with no cheese and no sauce. Like that. And then my last step, which is the most important, is to try to understand that other person's point of view. Now, that other person probably pissed you off, right? That's why there's an issue. You're not slick. No. There's a reason why they're upset. You probably did it too. So think about what you could have physically done that really could have tipped them over the edge. and think about what they did that tipped you over the edge. And if you follow these 3 steps, you're probably gonna have that beautiful relationship you had again. Now, let's not let such a small thing turn into something bigger than it needs to be. It's not worth it. It's really not. And I want you to think about this quote. The most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. When you listen to somebody, hear them out. You can't just if someone's trying to apologize to you and you don't listen, are they really apologizing? Probably not, because they don't even know what they're saying. So I hope that quote sticks with you. It stuck with me for the past 2 weeks, I'll tell you that much. Now, let's look at Bob and Joe again. They're locked in, they're best friends again. You probably think, they gotta communicate again, they're fine, they're locked in, like nothing happened. Again, wrong. They're probably gonna get into more fights. Some big, some small. But there's gonna be fights, but you know what they gotta do? They gotta communicate. Easy or hard, big or small, they gotta get over it. And the more they communicate and the more they get to know what pisses them off and what doesn't, they're gonna be friends again. Like nothing happened. Now, what I want you to take away is words are impactful. As cheesy as it sounds, it's the truth. Words can play such a big role in somebody's life, in a relationship, in the world. It can play a role in anything. So can the lack of words too. If you don't speak up, then that problem's gonna marinate, it's gonna be a whole thing, then you probably got there with a relationship. Don't do that. I don't want that to happen to any of you. You guys are all amazing people. I'll tell you that. You guys don't deserve to have a relationship that you worked so hard to maintain just die like nothing. Just remember to communicate and how impactful your words really are. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing day. God bless you all.